Today we're going to talk about influencers for your movies. Coming up. Hey everyone, my name is James Martin. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And today I'm talking to you about how to make a movie like a producer. And specifically we're talking about influencers. But first, before we get into the video, if this is your first time, I just want to introduce you. My name is James Martin. I'm a filmmaker, and one of the things that I'm doing on this channel is I post weekly tips and content and strategies on how to make great movies. All right, I share vlogs, I share tips, I share podcasts. So if you're new here, please consider subscribing. So there's a few things you want to think about when you're grabbing influencers for your movies. So first, what do I mean by influencers? These are people with significant fan bases that can really bring an attraction towards your movie. Your story should do some of that as well, but it doesn't help to bring on a cast member or to bring on individuals with big fan bases so that when they put in a good word for your movie, they'll come and watch the movie as well. So there's a few things to think about. First off, the story. Believe it or not, there are some influencing elements within a story. I've experienced it myself. So make sure when you're getting a script, whether you're writing the script or someone else is writing the script, take a very good look at it and be honest with yourself. Is it something that someone's going to want to watch? If it's boring, if it's bland, you're probably not going to get a lot of attraction. But there are some really, really tasty elements that some people are going to want to watch in your movie. Next, of course, is your cast. So we've heard of the name actors. These are the ones that you see on the posters and in the trailers, big fat names of the great actors that you're going to see in your movies. Those are influencers because those actors have large fan bases. So it's the same with your movie, and you're never too young to try and find influencers. You're probably not going to be at the stage where you can find those big A-list celebrities that you see at the box office, but find some local people that have significant fan bases, and more importantly, find people who have fan bases around your niche audience, right? And when I talk about niche, this is the audience, a specific audience that you want to attract towards your movies, because you're not going to go out to everyone, okay? So make sure you're finding influencers that tap into your audience. Next thing is about crew. Believe it or not, your crew can play an influence, whether that's your director, sometimes it's been the film composer, sometimes it's been the cinematographer. Various different people can actually play a huge impact in the involvement of your movie. Even as far as co-producers, associate producers, various different, even writers could play an influence. If your crew has great fan bases, if they've got great attraction to their audience, it's just gonna make things better for your movie. And then of course, the final tip is to make sure that you have a good mix of people. Now, when I talk about influencers, that does not mean that every single person involved in your movie has to be of an influence. Right? You don't have to do that because it's just gonna be really, really tricky, right? Because if you're in the person that needs them more than they need you, they may not be attracted to your movie. So it's fine if your DOP doesn't have, a huge Instagram following. Some do, but if they don't, that's okay. It's good to have a good mix of people that you like, people you can trust, and maybe bring in a couple of people that you may not have worked with them, but they have good influences. Same with sponsors. If you have good sponsors that play an influence, it's fine to have those. And even if the rest of your cast and crew don't have any influences whatsoever, that's fine. It's just, it helps you attract more audience members so specifically if you're doing like premieres, if you're doing screenings, if you're trying to sell it, it brings more people to attract and watch that movie. And again, keep an idea of where you want your movie to be, because if you're planning on doing local screenings, make sure you find some local influencers, right? If you're planning on putting this in a big major city, so like the closest major city to me is Toronto, then I would make sure that I try and get some big name influencing actors, actresses, and crew members in my shorts so that I can get people to come and watch the movie. That said, I hope this was of help. If you got any value out of this video, please consider subscribing down below and turn on the bell notification so you don't miss a single update ever. I post weekly tips and strategies on how to make great movies. So if you get any value there and you want to check out more movies, please consider checking out the videos around here somewhere and consider subscribing, all right? And you can connect with me on social media because I love to hear more about what you're doing to make your movies, as well as you can always stay up to date with what I'm doing and how to make movies so much better. All right? Take care.